Ho, Uncle Nudge here. Got another Lincoln Block project. I built a 16 by 12 music studio. Here it is finished. Put a one-way sloped roof on it to save money. And this is what it originally was, an addition to an old mow home. I tore all that down, just down to the foundation. So it's kind of unique that I didn't use the whole foundation, and I used the cement walls, lined up the board to the edge, and then on the other side, I did a 4x8 beam and run it to pier blocks. So it all matches up. And to fasten down, I used timber screws into a 4x4 treated. And then when you use timber, you use hex bolts to secure down the first course of Lincoln block. Where when you're going cement, you drill for lag bolts. Then you put down sill seal and get your blocks on so you know where that you're going to drill the lag bolts. And that's the part that attaches on, that you attach the Lincoln block to the plate. I use that to find my center, my holes. When the block was on, just pencil it out. Here's when you get Lincoln block, you get these little blocks, and you want to make double blocks out of them. And so I just use a scrap piece of Lincoln block to line them up. And then shoot 3 nails into them. And I just built all mine right away before I even started. And this is just to show you kind of how you do it. You use those between blocks to splice. There they are. And then I just have a really relaxed setup here. Got some blocks, just got a sawhorse with some Teflon tape so it slides easy, and it's just level with that table. It's just all makeshift stuff. So then you get a nice clean cut on the end. So these are the corner blocks, and they're cut clean. This is how you rat out the block. Lincoln block has a pattern. And the block closest on the bottom there, you square it off, and then you cut 1.5 inches off. And that one goes to the edge. And then this one you square off, and you cut off 4.5 inches. I just use a speed square and a skill saw to cut those. So I got 2 blocks set up. And I also had put down the padding that Lincoln block supplies you with. Then I put all the blocks on and figured out where to put these fasteners. And they're basically spline pieces. And you put them down here and there, and then you're going to nail into those also. Fill the outside gap with caulk, and then this is the flashing, and it's got silicone on it, and then the Lincoln block just sits right on there, and that goes right in the groove. So here they're on, and I got the plates on and fastened down, and I put nails from the outside of the Lincoln block into those things that look like spacers. And so you got a good solid foundation to hold everything up. Now here I have the corner posts in. That's a double spline. And then you get them square and put braces on them to keep them square. And then you just start going with the Lincoln block. And I didn't film this because it just goes so quick that I just like once I get going, just keep going. And so I got the door framed in, and I can put a little air conditioner on the left, and then you cut out that one that just holds it in place. And got probably enough blocks to finish left, and put the floor joists in, and then the 3/4 inch tongue and groove plywood. I got a center beam that goes across, and that holds up the rafters just so they don't sag in that 16-foot stretch. And then I went ahead and sprayed some foam, and then I have just some standard insulation I put in, and then I put up a tongue and groove ceiling. You can see that beam in there, and did a wood floor. Got the door in, the air conditioner in, and then I put up sound panels, being this is going to be a music studio. So now it's done. I got the power wired in, 60 amp service. I also run a spider box off it, and it's stained, and the gaps are filled where the splices are. Got a 16-inch overhang on the front and the rear. Looks nice. You can see it on the old foundation. So it's a good way to, something that's junk, to bring it back to life. I just salvaged an old door I had, and actually the porch too salvaged. And then you go in, I put down a tile square, the rug, you can see the wood floor. And I got my stuff in here. And being I sloped the ceiling, the back ceiling's about 6 foot tall, which is fine because I knew the drums were going to go back there. And I got plenty of room for everything that I have. I mean, I set it up the way I liked it. So that's my studio build using Lincoln Block.